Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Bridges from Nathan's Nuggets, and today I'm with UCLA transfer commit Kam Brown. Thanks for joining me today.
Um,
I'll start with the first question. How old are you when you started playing football?
I was 4 years old when I started playing football. Started in flag. Really, I was about three and a half, just running around in the backyard playing with friends. But I started really playing on a team when I was four.
Oh, wow. So you started really young in football.
Yeah, yeah, I was pretty young when I started.
That's cool. So it helped you get a head start on it.
Yeah, got going early. A lot of my friends that I grew up with, a lot of them didn't start playing until middle school.
Oh, wow. So
Got
you had a head start on them.
Yeah, I had a head start.
Did you play any other sports?
I ran track and played basketball all the way up till I stopped basketball in eighth grade. And track, I still trained for track, but I stopped running track about seventh grade.
That's so you still train for track, you just don't run it in the events.
Yeah, just do training for it.
That's good. It helps you with your speed and everything.
Yeah, got to keep your speed up. It's
Mhm.
important, real
Especially
important.
for you, as a wide receiver.
Yeah, it's real important. Got to be fast out there.
Definitely. What was it like playing for the Colleyville Heritage High School football program?
That was fun. I grew up in Colleyville my whole life, so when I was a kid, just watching them, watching the middle school, going to elementary school there, middle school there, and high school there, I always look forward to it. So it was pretty fun when I got there.
So it was fun since you always grew up watching them and going to their games and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Finally, when I got to put on the uniform, it was like, dang, like I'm actually here now. It's my turn.
That must have been cool getting to put for this school that you always watched and getting to play on the field for them.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
What was the best high school game you had in your high school career?
Ooh, that one's tough. That one's a tough question. The best game I had. Ooh, that's tough. It was either probably when I played. It was either my junior year when I played against Alito High School. I want to say I had like 11 receptions for like 160 yards and 3 touchdowns. Or it was my sophomore year. I had 5 touchdowns. I don't remember how many yards and catches though.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's tough. It's probably between those two.
That's crazy. You had some big games.
I know. Had to.
You had to like, do it all, or put the team on your shoulders to help them.
Yeah, I tried my best. Played offense, defense, really wherever they needed me.
You put it all, for wherever they needed you to be at the time on the field.
Yeah.
Did your dad playing for the Cowboys and winning Super Bowl MVP motivate you to be a great football player?
Yeah, it motivated me because he always talked a lot of smack about him playing for the Cowboys. So I tried to prove that I was better than him, show him, because I know I am. So I had to kind of let him know what's up.
So you have to let him know that you're better than him.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, I know you originally committed to UCLA, but decommitted and went to Texas A&M. What made you decide to go to Texas A&M out of high school?
Well, originally I was committed to UCLA, and their coach at the time had got fired, and then Jimbo Fisher had came to my school and everything, and had been recruiting me previously. And at the time, I felt like that was like the better option, safer option to go in there.
So at the time, it was safer for you because you knew that Jimbo Fisher was recruiting you and the coaching change of Jim Moore to Chip Kelly.
Yeah, I was familiar with Jimbo because he'd been recruiting me, and they were coming at me pretty hard. So I felt like that was the time that was the best for me.
Do they recruit you pretty hard when you're in high school?
Yeah,
What would you say your biggest strengths on the field are?
I would say my biggest strengths on the field is probably my speed, um, my route running, and my awareness of what's going on around me. I'd say those are my three biggest strengths.
So you have speed and you're able to use them with your route running to run good routes, and you know like what's always going on in the game.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
all
important to me.
those are really important stuff.
Yeah.
What was the jump from high school football to college like?
Um, the biggest thing, well, you have a lot more freedom, but also you have a lot more to do. So you kind of have your schedule is like more packed in. You have a lot of stuff you gotta get done. Your body's a little more tired, so you just have to learn how to take care of your body and everything and stay fresh. That's about the biggest jump, I would say.
Do you have like a packed schedule between football and school, like all the time?
Yeah, it's pretty packed. You got to manage your time pretty well.
Wow, that's crazy. And like you have to do it by yourself kind of since you're living like at the campus.
Yeah, you have like academic advisors and everything who help you out. That kind of help you lay out your plan about what times you have stuff due. So they help in that way.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah.
What was it like starting in some of the games at Texas A&M?
It was cool. It was like a lifelong dream to get to college football and start playing. So it kind of feels, I mean, at first it kind of feels like unreal. You're kind of seeing people that you watched on TV when you were in high school, and then you're lined up against them. And after like the first play, the whistle blows, or whatever, it kind of hits you like, dang, like this is for real. It's not like a dream.
So it was really cool since that was like the dream you'd always had to be able to play in college.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That must have been cool to play like on some the big games like on TV and all that.
Yeah,
What
that
made
was all pretty
sorry,
sweet.
sorry, what did you say? It glitched out a little.
You're good.
Like
I
what
was saying,
made oh sorry.
no, you're good. My thing is late. I think my mic is late. It's like late, a little bit late.
That's probably it because like it stops and then like it starts talking. I know it's like the mic. What made you decide to enter the transfer portal?
Um, Well, UCLA had been my dream school, and I felt like it was best. I mean, prayed about it and everything, but I felt like it was a leap of faith, just my best interest if I took my talents elsewhere, and just a leap of faith. And UCLA reached out, and I'm ended up back there.
That's cool. So UCLA was your dream school.
Yeah.
It's a good school. I know UCLA was the first team to contact you when you entered the portal. What made you pick UCLA, and did that have an impact?
I know that they have a lot of great coaches. Their environment's really great. They run everything. Like I said before, the coaches are great people. They're great coaches and great people. So they're gonna love you on and off the field, not just like a football relationship. And I have a lot of family up in California, so it was just like I'm really like a second home up there.
So it's kind of like an all around good picks. You know, the coaches also are going to do more than just like a football relationship off the field. And then you have family in California.
Yeah.
What was the what's the process in the transfer portal like?
It could be a little bit chaotic. It's almost like recruiting all over again. So you enter the portal, and once you enter, coaches, assistants, like recruiters, they all start reaching out, calling you, texting you, DMing you on Twitter, however they prefer to do it. They all start contacting you again and just like seeing if you're interested in them. So it's kind of like recruiting in high school all over again.
So it's like the recruiting process like you did in high school all over again, like immediately almost as you enter, they contact you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Are you going to be able to play immediately at UCLA?
Yes. So that's a big plus. I won't have to sit out a year. I'll be eligible.
That's great. That will be good to have you on the team already playing on the games next year. You won't have to like, because sometimes they take away your eligibility year and make you sit out.
Yeah.
How do you think it'll help you at UCLA having 4 years of eligibility, but also having 2 years of college experience?
I think it helps a lot because I'll be a freshman again. So like I said, yeah, I'll have 4 years eligibility left, but I also it's like I'm a freshman on paper, but I have experience as a sophomore. So that's going to be huge, and I'm really looking forward to that.
That'll be good because then you get to stay longer and you already have like the experience of playing, but you get the eligibility 4 years. When are you going to get to UCLA?
I'm gonna move up there January. I think my move-in date is January 5th or the 4th. So I'm gonna get up there January 3rd, get all my stuff moved in, and get settled in.
So you'll be able to like get your stuff and everything moved in the day before officially.
Yes,
Then is your practice like for UCLA like starting in the spring camp?
that's when practice will start, but we'll have workouts and everything before that, like strength and conditioning.
That's good. So you'll be able to like lift and all that.
Yeah,
What do you think it'll be like playing for Chip Kelly, who's a great offensive coach?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, he's a great offensive mastermind. So I'm excited to get in his offense to get going with some of those great ideas and everything he has.
And it's really starting to like click at UCLA this season, especially
Yeah,
their offense. They put up like I forgot how many, but it was over 30 against Cal. I remember, and against Colorado, 42. What are you going to work on before you get to UCLA?
pretty much anything you do, you could be better at, no matter what it is. So same stuff, working on my speed, always be faster, continue work on my hands, my route running, strength,
So you're gonna do
all
like
those things.
what you usually do, the route running, speed, and strength.
Yeah, I have a I work with a speed coach to get faster. I have a receiver coach I work on for my routes and all that, and then also a strength coach to get stronger and conditioning and all that.
That's cool. You have a lot of coaches.
Yeah,
So are they gonna be with you like at UCLA or do they stay in Texas?
they'll still be here. They'll still be here in Texas.
So like though when you go back, like when you get you'll be able to work with them also like in the off season.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to at UCLA?
Ooh, That's really everything. That's hard to answer. I love everything about it. Just getting there. That's the just getting there. Looking forward to that.
It's like everything about you, so it's just like getting on the campus and then football and everything
Yeah.
should be great. I bet you'll like it there a lot.
No.
Who is your favorite football player as a kid?
My favorite football player growing up was Reggie Bush.
He was
He's my
good.
favorite. I used to watch his highlights. Used to watch his highlights before every game. And just try to like when I got in the game, try to do whatever he did.
He was such an electric player.
Yeah.
My dad went to a lot of the games he played in.
It's awesome.
He saw him do like a move, like he went down the sideline and he stopped and went the other way and ran for a touchdown. Do you try to model your game after anyone?
I'm sure it's not a specific person. I try to model my game. If I like something that somebody does, it doesn't matter. They could be in high school, they could be in middle school. If I see something that I like that they do, then I'll try to work on that. So I have friends, I try to model stuff after them. There's pros, they're just anybody.
So like pretty much anybody that you see, like if you see a part of their game you like, you try and work on that.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself off the field?
Pretty calm, not too talkative, just kind of mind my own business, laid back.
So you're like calm and you're not too talkative, you just kind of like do your own thing almost. Then the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any three NFL players to dinner. They can be past or present. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Odell, Brandon Marshall, and then Reggie Bush because he was my favorite player growing up.
You gotta take your favorite player. The Odell one would be fun and probably interesting.
Yeah, one of my favorites too.
That catch was crazy they made for the Giants. The Odell catch.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It changed the game because like now you see like in the NFL a lot of guys trying to do what he did kind of. All right, thanks for joining me today. Those are all the questions I have.
Thank you for having me on here.
No problem.